Look at that. I was using Affinity Photo's procedural texture filter the other day, and I noticed down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, it said click or drag to set texture origin OX, OY. And I knew that you could move the position of the screen around using relative X and Y coordinates, but I didn't know that they gave you the origin as system variables, OX and OY. And so with those system variables, you could do a lot of different things. You could set it up to control the number of sides of a polygon using the position in X or Y, or the size of a polygon, or in this case, the size of a circle. We'll start with a new document. Choose XGA, set it to 1024 by 1024 pixels. Make sure it's in RGB 8 mode. Create that. Choose black, fill it with black. Choose the Move tool and choose the Procedural Texture Filter, a live procedural texture filter. I'm going to add a single equation and assign it to the three color channels R, G, and B, and then add a real number input, A, and I'll label that scale. I'm going to start with a variable V0 for my coordinate system, and that will be vec2 of X and Y. So I'm not going to use relative X and Y for this one, times A divided by W, the width of the document in pixels, and A is my custom input. And then I'm going to create a grid of repeating shapes, and so to do that I'll use another variable, V equals V0 minus round of V0. And that will avoid any negative numbers. And so that looks like that, but if I zoom out on this, I get a pattern like that. Now I'm going to create a step of 0.5 and length of V. So there's a bunch of circles. Now instead of 0.5, I'm going to replace that with the distance. I'm going to use the distance function, so this will calculate the distance between two vectors. So I have to give it two vectors. And the first vector is going to be V0, and I'm going to divide that by A to sort of scale it into the appropriate range. Then the second vector, I'm going to be a vec2, and that's going to be made of OX divided by W and OY divided by H. And so that should calculate the distance between the two vectors, and I'm going to use that as the edge for the step. Okay, so there it is. If I double click in the center, looks like that, and now I can move and track the position of the mouse with the edge of the step. Cool. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.